Tonight on What's NXT, we have the rematch.
Keith Lee versus Donovan Dijakovic, and also the finals to Dusty Rhodes Classic.
You've got Ricochet. You've got Aleister Black versus the Forgotten Sons.
And now for something completely different.
Support No DQ.
March 20th.
Thank you. Welcome everybody to What's NXT for March 20th, 2019. I'm your host, the Rated R reviewer, Stefan Osborne, joined as always by the General, Jerry Slaughter.
Good evening, wrestling fans.
I shouldn't have done that whole thing in one breath. Should we do this again? Let's do this again.
Oh, let's do this again.
Support No DQ.
Welcome everybody to What's NXT for March 20th, 2019. I am your host, the Wizard of No DQ, Stefan Osborne, joined as always by the General, Jerry Slaughter.
Good evening, wrestling fans.
And tonight, as previously alluded to,
Yes,
we were promised one show, but circumstances being, we got a completely different show. I'm not sure if you could call this a show. This was more like a match.
Yeah, it was a match build-up and talks of a match and the match itself all in the span of less than an hour.
You had a few interviews, you had a few video packages, promos, whatever, most of which revolved around the main event.
Yeah.
They even were talking to people that had nothing to do with the main event.
We got to see Kona Reeves for the first time on television since he lost.
I'm cool
Keith
with
Lee.
that. You know what? I've actually missed Kona Reeves. I know a lot of people say he's very green and he's not that great, but I dig his gimmick and I think he pulls the gimmick off well. And if he spent the last, 5 or 6 months that we haven't seen him on NXT TV working on his in-ring skill, then I'm excited to see him again.
Oh, absolutely. Maybe he got injured in the match with Keith Lee. We don't know.
Now we start off this show with the King of Kings, Triple H, Paul Levesque himself.
Which, automatically gives you the big match feel, the fact that he's walking out onto the stage with Goldie, the NXT Championship.
Yeah, the crowd even chants, a small portion of the crowd for Goldie here in a minute. The reason, as we all know, that Triple H has got the championship in his grasp instead of Tommaso Ciampa is that Tommaso Ciampa had to have surgery on his neck. And that surgery had already taken place by the time this taping occurred. And so Ciampa couldn't be there to surrender the title. He was in the hospital wearing a neck brace.
Yep. Great video package for that one, too.
Well, we'll get that later.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about it a little bit. It was actually very well done for a...
It was a surgery video package.
Entirely
video
shot in the
package is
hospital.
great.
Interviews with the surgeons and shit. Like, it was so good. I don't know what we could talk about it now, but let's wait.
Yeah.
We're talking about Triple H and the NXT Championship, and he reminds everybody already knows. He even says, this is a different kind of place, wholesale, and you are different kinds of fans, and you guys are in the know, and you know what's wrong with Ciampa, you know he's in the hospital, and you know this belt is on me right now because it will no longer be on him.
He's already pretty much saying to the fans, you guys aren't idiots. You guys are some of the smartest fans in this company. Of course you're going to know everything's going on. And that, now he's going to try to make somebody's dream come true, or a possibility.
Well, he goes on to eloquently talk about how a lot of people's dreams start in NXT. Some people have to work a long time to even get to NXT.
That's Ciampa right there.
Because, you've got guys like Velveteen Dream. He will go down as somebody who basically started in NXT.
Yeah.
But then you've got people like Daniel Bryan that essentially started NXT. I think he was season 2 or season 3, but still, he essentially started NXT, but he spent, 10 or 15 years in the indies to get there. So
I'm about to say Gargano's no slouch either. He's been around for quite some time. So is Ricochet, about 10 years.
I think I'm going to go on the record and say the greatest superstar right now to ever come out of WWE, strictly WWE, developmentally wise and everything, The Miz.
Yeah. He started off in OVW and has shot up since then. Yeah,
It was like an RPG game, man. He started out at 0%.
he's like that creative wrestler that you just keep on adding more and more
He
to.
started his career on Tough Enough
Yeah.
and had never done anything wrestling and did all of it in WWE, and this is where he's at.
Yeah.
And I fully expect The Miz to get another championship run before he's on his way out the door, certainly for the Intercontinental title.
But this is not about The Miz.
You know what? Something's got to redeem this show, at least the first half of it. So Tommaso's out. Who is going to be the next NXT champion? Well, Triple H explains that originally the plan was going to be Tommaso Ciampa versus Johnny Gargano.
Which we said, duh.
So, new plan, Gargano needs an opponent for NXT TakeOver New York.
So Gargano's already named number one contender, more or less.
So Gargano is the number one contender. Now we need a number one contender, and we're going to get that with 5 guys. We're going to have a fatal 5-way tonight. We've got Ricochet, Aleister Black, Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, and Matt Riddle. And sounds like a good match. Little did we know at this point that this was going to be the only match we got. We'll get to it. It's the main event.
Yeah.
Um,
Got a couple video packages and a couple interviews backstage for you to get to first.
So backstage we've got Kathy Kelly, I don't know, whoever she is. She's back there and she's going to interview Kona Reeves, and she's outside the men's dressing room, which I guess is a nice twist for the male guys that would be outside the women's dressing room to interview fucking Lita or some shit.
Yeah.
Barging in and shit, catching them in states of undress. It's the good old days, man.
I'm glad we didn't go that route with this one.
So the aforementioned Kona Reeves spot, this is where we get to see him, and she asks him about what are your thoughts on the main event tonight? He's like, I'm sure it'll be great, but it won't be the finest. I dig Kona Reeves.
Yeah, he's got that cockiness to him. Like you said, if his time away is actually showing that he's been improving in the ring at all, that's going to be great.
My only beef with Kona Reeves is his finisher. It's too contrived. If you're going to drop somebody in the exact same fashion that you would drop someone for a Samoan drop, I know I said drop a lot, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But he does exactly what someone would do for a Samoan drop, but for some reason the guy lands on his belly instead of his back.
Yeah.
If you didn't do anything different, then it's completely contrived. Completely. Yeah. Like, he needs to get a running start so that when he falls, it makes sense for them to kind of fall back onto their stomach. Anyway, after we see him, the Forgotten Sons come out of the locker room. So Cutler, Blake, and Jackson Riker. And she asked them what they think about the main event. And they take exception to this like we do. The main event tonight was supposed to be them.
Yes. But even then, like, they also got in the same mind frame. Go ahead and let Aleister Black and Ricochet fight their match tonight. Softens them up for us next week, and we can take what's ours, the Dusty Rhodes Classic, and head up to NXT TakeOver and fulfill our destinies to be the world champions after being the War Raiders.
And Jackson Riker adds, and then we won't be forgotten anymore. Something like that.
Yeah, we forgot.
Yeah, he said it better than I did.
We forgot.
Just watch it. Whatever. It's like a 25 or 30 minute video package to start this show, I swear to God. Mm-hmm. So up next we've got a video package for Ricochet and Aleister Black and how they've become sort of this tag team, but at the same time now they got to fight. And then there's a promo. You've got them both standing there talking their singles promos. Ricochet goes first, but then Aleister Black goes, and then he says, and everybody else in the ring is going to fade to black. And Ricochet's just over there just like, yeah, totally. Everybody, including me, is going to fade to black. And this guy says...
He is black, so it works.
Yeah, that's why I said he can say that. Or half of him can.
Yeah.
Maybe he's talking to half of Ricochet. We don't know. We do know he's from Kentucky.
Paducah!
Yeah. And I do know that his entrance gives me goosebumps every time. He can attest to that.
Hair was standing up.
My hair was standing up. I love his entrance when he does the punch out, and the music bumps, and then all of his LED boards light up. Dude, instant goosebumps.
Yep. He's definitely a showman. We'll give him that much. He just needs to work on his microphone.
Or whoever the fuck designed his entrance.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to play the video games where you could design your own entrance, and mine were always fucking goosebumps raising. I'm just saying, you know, I knew how to time shit to the music and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Especially love the games where you could download your own music.
Most of the stuff
Like
on
the
Xbox.
Xbox games, yeah.
WWE Raw did a lot of that too.
The original Xbox.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. WrestleMania 20.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
Yes. Or maybe it was 25. I think it was 20. Anyway.
It was 20.
So, after this, we get a video package of Tommaso Ciampa's surgery. Or no, actually, we get Velveteen Dream in the same video package that we had Black and Ricochet in.
Yeah.
Like, he comes in as an afterthought at the end, sort of.
Yeah, he gets his own video package. He doesn't have to share one like Aleister Black and Ricochet had to.
I mean, he does, because he comes in right at the end of this one, like the whole fucking thing tied together. But
Yeah.
then again, the same thing happens later, just a few minutes later, for Riddle and Cole. So let's get to Tommaso Ciampa's surgery. As I said, this was an amazing video package for talking about surgery. One of the doctors talks about how this is his 4th surgery on Ciampa. So he's done both of his shoulders, he did his knee, and now he's doing his neck.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, you're working way too much of the body. If I was having somebody doing surgery on my neck, it'd be the guy that only does neck surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But that's just me. I mean, they showed pictures of the trauma that's going on. His spinal cord is being compressed by the discs in his spine. And they said one
more headshot that would probably...
Not one more. They said one wrong
Yeah.
headshot. And he could be paralyzed for life. So... yeah, it was required.
Pretty much the same shit that Edge was going through.
Basically, they're saying that this could not be avoided. We could not have waited until after TakeOver New York. Much apologies, but this needed to happen now.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Tommaso's going to be out for a long time.
It's like, that is why they put the asterisk on the bottom of the ads for the shows. Cards subject to change.
But as I stated before, this is probably good for Tommaso Ciampa, because he gets to go sit out for a year and a half, and let Johnny Gargano get called up, and let Johnny Gargano do all the work,
Mm-hmm.
and then he could come out of rehab and get back on Raw or SmackDown, wherever Johnny Gargano goes, and instantly be super heel.
Yep. I would say super heel. I'd probably say Gargano goes heel and Ciampa actually comes back to sympathetic.
Wherever you go, man. Wherever
way.
you go. He's instantly going to get the rub off of whatever they've done with Johnny Gargano.
Mm-hmm.
Which may be bad, but so far the way they've treated Ricochet and Aleister Black, I like Johnny's odds.
Yeah.
He's just a different breed. This was the main event call-up, or the future main event call-up, where this was like the Shield being called up.
Mm-hmm.
Only there was 4 of them. And now we only have 3. But everybody else before that, that was the mid-card call-up.
Yep.
The future tag team jobbers call-up. Sorry, Heavy Machinery. It's true.
You guys are already a gimmick and it's horrible.
So, next we get the aforementioned video package / promo for Matt Riddle. Then he does his promo, and then we get Adam Cole, and he does his promo. And Matt Riddle, this one was he was back to the surfer bro, and it was a little bit obnoxious, but I got over it because it's just a promo.
Yeah.
I don't have to take it seriously. Wait till I see him in the ring, and then watch this guy's jaw drop. He's not going to want to admit it, but he's going to admit it.
I'm going to have to, probably.
But before we get to the main event, we have one more segment. Thank God. And we're getting into the half-hour mark of this fucking show.
And before that, we had Adam Cole.
Yeah, I talked about Adam Cole did his, but any notes? Go ahead.
Well,
by all means.
I was about to say, I think that was my favorite video package. Cause,
Okay.
Well, he also talks about the fact that 2 years ago at the Barclays Center was when he made his debut at, beating up Drew McIntyre and holding the belt over him.
Yeah,
but this time around, he's hoping
actually going to win it.
He
didn't say win it because he didn't win it that time, but
he's actually going to win the belt and have it be announced the champion, not champion.
And that is, of course, undisputed, or however he fucking does it. It's like
I don't want to get shot, so I'm not going to put my fingers up.
I can do the U. Everybody can do the U.
Yeah.
But somehow they've learned to seamlessly just do the
What-
crossing of those two fingers without any effort.
With the West
Me,
Side.
I'd have to have it preloaded and just in my pocket or something, hidden. Just like do it beforehand. Just, yeah, I can totally do it on cue. Totally.
Or just kind of tie your fingers together.
So this interview lady catches up with Kairi Sane and Io Shirai, who are backstage
Doing
getting
a photo shoot.
photographed. Why they like to do interviews during photo shoots?
Because they're already dressed nice.
They don't schedule things right, I'm telling you.
And where do these photos end up?
I mean, the last time she tried to do that, she just waited around for Ricochet. This time she just barges in. She's like, Io, Kairi. Oh, so, first of all, what do you think about the main event? Because everything's about the main event. Because all this show is the goddamn main event. And we'll talk about it. Because I'm not even going to say I was disappointed, really.
No, you can't.
You know I like a show with 4 matches. We got one. The last time we got one match on a show was...
3 hours long.
Was it? No, it was 2. It was 2 hours.
It felt like 3.
By the time we got done with the review, I think it was 3.
Yes. And that was Matt Riddle versus Cassius Ohno.
Oh. We're going to not talk about that.
Okay.
But if you'd like to see us extremely fuming and just angry, go back and watch the one. I think it was right before New Year's. It was the announcement of the nominees for the end of the year awards. Yeah.
Brutal.
So, Kairi Sane and Io Shirai basically say...
We're excited for match.
Yeah, and then she wants to ask him about the Fatal 4-Way that they're going to have at NXT TakeOver New York and whether that's going to affect their friendship, blah, blah, blah.
We're best friends.
Yeah, nothing can affect friendship. Just in their broken English, it's okay.
They sound like an episode of My Little Pony.
And then Bianca Belair interrupts. And she basically dismisses Kairi, saying, like, this isn't even about you. And she, I don't know, she's still upset because she thinks she should have been the one to pin Shayna Baszler in the 3-on-3 6-woman tag match. And at this point, I just don't care. The only reason I care about this in any way, shape, or form is because Shayna Baszler is the champ.
Yeah.
It's the only reason. Otherwise, I could give a fuck about the main event of the women's
I know we're going to make the predictions on the video, but right now, where do you stand on that? Who's going to win the match, and who's going to be the person who takes the fall?
It depends if Shayna Baszler's getting called up, because if she's not getting called up, then she keeps the belt, period, end of story. If she's getting called up, she's got to drop the belt, and in that case, I'm just going to wait till the predictions video. I don't want to even get into that.
Alright.
Because at this point, I could give a fuck less who wins. I would say Bianca Belair just because she's the only one that looks different in the whole match.
What's that supposed to mean?
I mean, not only are they both Japanese, we're talking Io and Kairi, but they are very similar when it comes to in-ring style.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing different about them.
That's what I liked about the fact that it was supposed to be a triple threat match until Kairi Sane had to poke in there. In fact, we had our alias, we had our powerhouse, and we also had our submissions expert. That would have been just perfect. But then we throw a pirate in there, throws everything off kilter.
No fucking reason other than the fact that she was in the ring when Baszler attacked. So, but we went over that last week. Go watch that episode.
Yep.
We're going to make this one short because we only got one match, even though this match was fucking awesome.
Yes.
This match was fucking awesome.
It was great.
Not the greatest match I've ever seen or nothing.
Not
but
by a chance.
for the only match on the show, it's like 15 minutes long. It's 5 men versus all...
In the last 5 minutes of it, it's just a huge spot fest, which is what we called anyway.
I really hate the way 5-man matches, like Fatal 5-Ways, break down, because you've got one-on-one, and then you've got a loose person somewhere. And just keeping a loose person down in a Fatal 5-Way, it just gets so fucking...
Unless you get third top rope or just are just out cold on the bottom.
Like, it's only like halfway through the match when, people's gas is starting to be gone, and you can understand 3 of them being laid up outside the ring at the same time.
Yeah.
That's when one of these matches can really get good, because you're talking about interrupting spots. And we're going to get into all that, because I'm a Spot Fest guy, and I've got a page's worth of notes on the good spots in this match. Before I get to them, as always, Jerry, what did you think about the main event?
I'm not going to say it.
He's not going to say it.
I'm not going to say it. Matt Riddle impressed me in this match.
Not only that, you had an idea, and I shot it down for me because I don't need that. I just need the rating. You're gonna give a standout award for this match, and believe it or not, you got Aleister Black, you've got Ricochet in there, and still, your standout of this match was Matt Riddle.
Matt Riddle stole the show in this match.
I mean, I guess he was just saving the best as a build-up. I mean,
I'm thinking,
makes me wonder what's next.
I'm thinking the fact that there was gold on the line at this point, or a chance at the main title, is what fueled him. But at the same time, this is a different Matt Riddle that I've actually seen in a ring. Maybe the fact that he's put into there also with people more of his speed, because short of Drew Gulak, like most of his feuds were with Cassius Ohno, and those were very slow-paced, very almost methodical matches. This one was very fast-paced. This one was a spot fest and a half. That
is one good thing about a Fatal 5-Way or a Fatal 4-Way is that you could have people doing stuff while everybody else is resting, so you don't have to have a lot of downtime.
Right.
So I'll give it that.
But Riddle was just pulling so much crazy shit in this match and was so intense on it. And it was just... I'm going to let you do the rundown.
Yeah, I've got it all here. So Adam Cole comes out first. I'm going to start from the entrances because there was a couple of things that are noteworthy. For one, we've got Drake as the referee, and you know it's serious when Drake's the referee.
Damn straight.
Because he's the only referee that was a wrestler and still looks like he was a fucking wrestler.
Yes. A lot of people sleep on the fact that both him and Ricochet are both in Combat Zone Wrestling around the same time back in 2007. That's when Drake was holding the belt and Ricochet was just starting out and had the huge fucking fro. So they've known each other for quite some time.
Well,
Adam Cole.
Drake seems to be the one referee former wrestler referee that they have let still keep his physique. Because he's not the biggest guy in the first place, so it's okay. The refs are not supposed to look better than the wrestlers. Best case, or best example here would be Jessica, the female referee, who no longer looks like she used to be a wrestler.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't look bad or anything, but she doesn't look ring shape.
Yeah.
And my guess is she's not allowed to look ring shape.
No.
So
she can't be outshining the divas.
Right.
Or the divas in women's wrestling.
She can't look hotter than the wrestlers.
No.
So you know it's serious when you got Drake. And I was into the entrances because Kayla Braxton was wearing this orange mini dress.
Yep. He's all about the orange.
I'm all about the orange. Guys got to know this by now.
Yeah.
So, I was into Kayla tonight. So, Ricochet comes out next. I get my goosebumps. Then Velveteen Dream. And then I'm like, of course, they're saving Aleister Black for next. He's like, no, Aleister Black's Black for last.
Yeah.
He's like, no, Aleister Black's next. And then we'll get Velveteen Dream. And
we'll get Matt Riddle.
I'm like, why would they do Matt Riddle's entrance last? This guy's got to learn, man. If Aleister Black's not first, he's last.
Yeah.
It's that kind of entrance. I'm actually surprised that Ricochet wasn't first, because his is one of those kinds of entrances, too.
The really cool thing is they've actually modified Aleister Black's entrance, but the camera angle towards the end there about killed the magic. It was like showing the compartment and the hat for the magician.
So, if you guys don't know, Aleister Black's getup, his setup that raises him up without him moving, is currently being hauled around by the main roster product. So Raw and SmackDown have that right now. So to allow him to still come up from the depths, he now has steps that he can walk up to the top of the stage.
Yeah.
And it looks so cool.
It looks
with
cool.
The smoke and everything.
I think if they actually had it panned back and everything and just saw him rising out of smoke,
it looks like he's walking out of hell.
Yes.
And it's really cool, but as he said, they do this camera angle that catches just the pit, and you can see that it's just, some stairs there.
Might as well be guys with headsets and everything on down. They're like, oh shit.
So, of course, this match starts off fast. You've got a lot of action. My guess was going to be Cole was going to be the first to get out of the ring and let those two guys fight and those two guys fight. it ended up being Velveteen Dream kind of scurrying off.
Yep. Velveteen Dream ran out of the ring away from Riddle. And then you had Aleister Black and Adam Cole, wasn't it? Because Ricochet just kind of hung back.
Yeah, I think they were waiting on some tag team spots against one person.
Yeah.
To start off this match, and you see this story being told a little bit in the match too. The fact that they are currently a team, not only in the Dusty Rhodes Classic but on the main roster as well. They fought in the triple threat tag team match for the Raw tag team titles.
Came up short.
Yeah, I actually predicted them. I was hoping they'd be the one that nobody predicted that I got a point for, but whatever. It was still a great match.
They're no Nakamura.
So, my first spot note here is Riddle with a hat trick of gut wrench suplexes.
To which we applauded.
Roll through. It was brilliant looking.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. But this wasn't where we started getting high on Mac Riddle.
No.
So my next spot here, I got Ricochet and Aleister Black. They take out Cole, and this is where they square off in the ring, and handshake.
Yeah.
But before they can even lock up, Cole knocks, I think, Black out of the ring.
Yeah.
And then, let's see, Riddle catches Dream coming off the top rope. Don't know what Riddle or Dream was going for, but he catches a German into a bridge.
Yep. It looks like you're going for another double axe handle.
And then Aleister Black comes in, and Riddle counters this kick by Black in such a fashion that I've never seen before.
He hooks the leg and just spins around him and locks him into a bro lock.
It's like he did a dragon whip.
Yeah.
Or a dragon screw leg whip without the leg whipping, and he just comes around the leg and then somehow locks in the fucking bro mission.
And Alistair's got this WTF look on his face the entire time, like...
Now Velveteen Dream comes in and breaks up the bro mission. He does so again when he Matt Riddle inexplicably puts it on Adam Cole. And then a series of high knees in between like 3 guys or 4 guys, mostly by Riddle. And then Riddle and Black do stereo kicks to the face.
Yes.
And they're all down. And now it's time for a breakdown.
Never gonna get it, never gonna get it, never gonna get it.
So Ricochet is the first one up. He goes up to the top rope. And then Adam Cole and then, who was it? Velveteen Dream follow him up there. And we're looking at a double superplex. And I'm like, nope, there's 2 more guys in the ring. We've got a full-on avalanche coming. I was predicting the Powerbomb avalanche. No.
2 side Russian leg sweeps.
Yeah, side Russian leg sweeps into the superplex. And that was pretty fucking cool.
Yep, Ricochet took it like a champ.
And now it's time for the breakdown number 2. Black and Dream are the only 2 up on their knees, slugging it out. And then Black comes off the, Dream goes into the corner. You know, Black does the, using his other foot to knock his leg down, then kicks him away. Comes off with the Meteora, and then a German suplex. But then Riddle breaks it up with, I think, no, not the Senton, not yet.
The Broton.
Yeah, the Broton.
Yeah.
And then Riddle does a fisherman suplex into a pin, and then Cole breaks it up. 2 super kicks to Riddle, 1 to the face, 1 to the back of the head. And then, let's see. He goes for the neck off the knee. Oh no, okay, so he does 1 super kick. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm getting ahead of myself. 1 super kick, lifts him up in the fireman's carry, does the neck breaker off the knee, goes for the pinfall. That one gets broken up. And then this is where he does 2 super kicks to Ricochet. And Ricochet ends up ducking the last call.
The last shot.
Or the last shot, I'm sorry. The last shot. Then hits a reverse Hurricane Rana driver. That takes Cole out of the ring. Then he runs the ropes, comes back and does a springboard, a handspring flip, tope over the top rope onto Adam Cole onto the outside.
No hands,
that was amazing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm losing my breath, and there's a lot of fucking notes here. Okay, we're almost done though. This is where Riddle comes in and counters. Dream goes for a clothesline. He counters it, gets him into a powerbomb. There was a little bit of a botch here, but Dream counters the powerbomb into that Abigail DDT which Riddle counters into a ripcord knee.
Yep.
Ripcord high knee.
It connects so well.
And then locks in the bro mission. But then Adam Cole pulls the ref out of the ring. You can do that. No disqualification.
Mm-hmm.
And while Drake is outside yelling at him, inside the ring we've got Velveteen Dream does a DVD or a Dream Valley driver on Aleister Black. He goes up top, but then Ricochet catches him like he's still on the outside up top, like his
posing like crazy.
His feet are above the apron, not above the ring mat. So yeah, he's doing way too many poses, so you know he's not going to land this. Ricochet jumps up top, does a Hurricane Rana
to the outside.
To the outside onto Adam Cole and Aleister Black. And then he goes up top, lands a shooting star press onto Matt Riddle. But while he's getting the pinfall, Adam Cole hits him in the back of the head with the last shot knee. And he pins Ricochet for the 1-2-3.
So now we have Ricochet. No, we have
Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano.
2 out of 3 falls match.
We forgot to mention that earlier. It is going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match. I feel like that was a stipulation that was supposed to happen for
Gargano and Ciampa.
Yeah,
that makes plenty of sense.
Like, why does it still need to be 2 out of 3 falls?
I think it needs to be because the NXT title is extremely important.
I think it needs to be because they only planned on having 4 matches for this show. That's my guess. We won't get a 5th match.
I still think we're going to get a 5th match.
Name it. Yeah, I didn't think so. So, that brings us to the end of the main event. And on What's NXT, we rate the main event based off of the General's 5-star rating system. And Jerry, out of 5 stars, where do you rate this main event?
I give it a 4. It was basically made out of necessity, which was great and all, but at the same time, like, what really sold me on the match was Matt Riddle. Because he actually was able to shine in this one versus like these other matches that he's been in where we really haven't seen a lot out of him. Like, people like treat him like this big indie darling and everything, and I just couldn't see his appeal. Probably because his like gimmick that he has, or just his laid back surfer image thing, is stupid. I don't like it. He drags when he talks, he stumbles on his words. He's just not good with the microphone. Give him Paul Heyman. Let Paul Heyman do all the talking for him.
No, apparently he's very new to this.
Yeah.
Like, he's an MMA guy, and he hasn't been doing pro wrestling for very long, but he is getting...
He's taken to it like Kurt Angle did.
Yeah.
He really is.
And Kurt Angle didn't take to the mic very well either.
Oh, no, he didn't. Not when he first started out. It took him a while to get to his, flow for that. And I'm starting to actually forgive Matt Riddle for that just because of this match. He impressed me that much. He held his own against like 4 of the top guys in NXT and had a great showing with it. I'm excited for him versus Velveteen Dream because I know it's going to happen at TakeOver now. And the way they faced off in the match and how crisp their moves were together, that was beautiful too. But I'm still going ahead and give it a 4 because it wasn't a 5-star match, and the fact that it was coming off the show where we only got 1 match, I won't say I deducted from it, but I didn't add anything else to it either.
I'm gonna say this match was at least a 4-star.
Yeah.
But you know me.
Yeah.
It's all about the stories.
All about the story.
And they told several stories in this match.
Yeah.
Because you've got Aleister Black and Ricochet, the tag team, the respect, and there was a couple of spots in here where it mirrored things, and just you could tell that they were telling the fact that these two are a tag team in this match.
Yeah.
They were also doing who is it? Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle, because they've got that future North American Championship match happening.
You and I pretty much already had the match called. Was the fact that Adam Cole was the only one in the ring with really nothing going on, but he's also very well deserving for this shot too. I think so. So
the fact that they could tell 2 really good stories in this match, based off of 4 of the 5 competitors, and then Adam Cole winning, because he's a great competitor to face Johnny Gargano, especially if they're going to make him full babyface again. I would say 4 1/4. 4 1/4 stars.
All right. Sounds fair enough.
And that brings us to the end of this episode of What's NXT. We thank you for joining us, and tomorrow we will be reviewing NXT UK episode number 35. That is our 23rd episode of the NXT party, and we would like you guys to join us up on the big screen and help. Perfect timing.
Perfect timing for that.
We'd like you to have a spot of NXT with us. Help us review a future episode of NXT UK. And if you'd like to join us, you can find me on Twitter. Just go to nodq.com/Stefan. That's STEFAN. Or if you just want to find me on Twitter, it's at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for restricted. Fuck bomb. You can also find this gentleman on Twitter.
At NoDQ General, and also on my Facebook group Armbar, all capital, ARMBAR, exclamation point! Join us for some memes, some group discussions, wrestling news, whatever. Just I had another moderator, Colin the Cleaver Andrews.
Colin the Cleaver.
Yep.
Who will be joining us, I believe, tomorrow.
Tomorrow night with the Simple Man, Noah Foster, on our tea party.
Yeah, we would much rather have a new member of hashtag NXTeam.
Yeah.
Please, if you don't have Twitter, if you don't have Facebook, leave down in the comments a way for us to get a hold of you. Email works just fine. That's how we got Chris Mace on here.
Mm-hmm.
No biggie. I'll find you on email. We'll set it up with Skype and just
Morse code, Telegram, whatever.
Like 1 a.m. on a Thursday morning.
Yep.
After watching WWE NXT UK the day before. That's when we do it. We get off work at 11. Takes a little bit to get here, get some food, watch the show, take some notes, and then we do the show. But we'd love to have a new guest. We've got 6 members standing of the NXT team.
Yep.
7 or 8 depending.
Like some of them kind of floated in and out.
Yeah. We haven't seen Martin again yet. I'd love to have Martin back on the show. He was great. But yeah, come have a spot of NXT with us. And if you'd like to get these shows a little bit early, you can find us on Aftermatch Wrestling. That's our channel. That's where these shows go before they go on to NoDQ. It's all one word, Aftermatch, AFTERMATCH.
On YouTube.
Wrestling.
Yep, on
Yeah,
YouTube.
that's our YouTube channel. Our goal is 100 subscribers, and we will start doing this show, What's NXT Live. Our hope is that at 100 subscribers, there might be 1 or 2 people that are still up at that hour that would want to ask us questions that we can answer at the end of the show. If you like our videos, you should click the like button that's underneath me. If you like all of our videos, you should click the subscribe button that's so eloquently pointed out by Jerry over there. In between there somewhere is a share button. That's the best way to help the show because we do this for free. We just want to talk to people about wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
So the more people, the merrier. Share the show with your buddies that like wrestling, especially if they like NXT, especially if they like NXT UK and would like to help us do a podcast.
That'd be great.
Also, there's a bell down there. So if you join Aftermatch Wrestling, we also have some exclusive content, mostly just the Rated R Rapport, which we should have a new one coming up soon. We'll also be recording a new one tomorrow night after the NXT party. And that's to help get subscribers up, just to give you something extra to watch there instead of just having these shows a few hours early.
Once the camera stops rolling for this show and the other shows, we just keep on talking.
Yeah, we're going to start doing the Rated R Rewind, where we go back and watch old shows. That's going to help us catch up on the NXT UK tournaments that we missed before starting to review. Like I said, we've been doing NXT UK since episode 1.
Yeah.
And I think we are the only people doing this review on a weekly basis. I think there are some popular reviews out there for the first NXT UK TakeOver Blackpool. Always got to get that in there.
Yep, and the first episode.
And the first episode. But other than that, we're pretty much it. Mm-hmm. So I'm proud of that.
Oh, yeah.
Proud of the fact that we've inspired Noah to do his show.
We inspired Chris Mace to even get the WWE Network.
And we have a gift coming from Chris Mace and his daughter in the future, which we will unveil probably at the beginning during one of our awesome cold openings. Which, by the way, I thought the one for this episode was awesome. This is kind of like, are we in chill mode now?
Yeah.
I think everybody's tuned out by now because we've already gotten through the outro and all the plugs. So
now we're just kind of hanging out.
Let's just chat with you guys. Yeah, this is kind of a big night for us. It'll be a big night in a couple of weeks when it's episode 25. of NXT UK, and we're hoping we're going to be able to unveil this present. I've got a table already bought. It's too short. We're going to have a table, so we'll have a desk. We'll have better posture. We're trying to improve the show. We might debut
Consummate
that
professionals, always improving.
for the 25th tea party. What else we got going on? Yeah, we'll be doing predictions for both WrestleMania and NXT UK Takeover. Not UK Takeover. NXT Takeover New York. We'll be doing that with Noah. We're also going to have what we like to call the Four Horsemen of NXT.
Yeah.
That's Colin Andrew, Chris Mace, Owen Finch, and
James Hebert.
the Archangel.
Very good.
James Hebert. I don't know what channel they're going to put it on, but I'm hoping we'll be able to get it and put it on Aftermatch. So if you guys want to see it, you'll be able to see the Four Horsemen of NXT do their predictions for NXT TakeOver New York.
Yep.
What else we got going on? Is that it?
Oh no, because in August we're going up north.
Oh yeah, so let's plug the No DQ meetup. So in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, on what is it, August fucking something, 11th, something like the 20th something. I don't know. I know I have the vacation days put in for it.
So do I.
It's like the middle weekend of August. It's going to be SummerSlam in Toronto, and we are driving 10 plus hours to get there. I've already got my birth certificate lined up. It's coming. I got one. Used to have a different name. Used to be spelled differently. And so I ordered my birth certificate right. Like this is the stuff that should go on the report. I'm gonna edit all this out and put it on the report. Just disregard all the stuff about it being what's NXT. So yeah, so I go to order my birth certificate, but because my name was spelled differently at birth, and then I had it changed when I was in high school, turns out I never got my birth certificate changed. I thought it was just automatic, man. It's just public records or some shit. I don't know. Anyway, so I had to go get a copy of the name change decree or whatever, and then take a picture of it and email it up there for them to change the name on my birth certificate. And they didn't get it done in time before the order came in. And so now I've got one of the original, and I got to spend another $20 to get a copy with the new name. But either way,
it's taken care of.
Yeah, so we are prepared. We've already got tickets to SummerSlam, thanks to Aaron Rift. He got a block of 8. There's going to be a whole bunch of us no DQs.
Oh, yes.
No DQs, I like that. Team No DQ. Most of Team No DQ is going to be there. There's going to be like 12 of those fuckers. I think there's a few that aren't going. We should start a GoFundMe so we can get Jeff Meacham up there.
Oh, that'd be neat. But then, like, there's always that chance to have something else going on.
If you've made it this far in the video and you think it's a good idea to start a GoFundMe to get Jeff Meacham to the No DQ meetup in Toronto, leave a comment down below. If we get enough comments, maybe we'll actually do that. So, thanks for watching the show. I know this has been crazy. This has been a crazy outro, but thanks for hanging with us.
Yeah.
I'd like to do this more often, but whatever. Anyway, we will see you in NXT time.